No one can withstand the temptation of this copper kettle. When the woman was curling her hair, she accidentally got burned by the curling iron. Surprisingly, $200 popped up in the copper kettle. Lena looked astonished, and soon she came up with a crazy idea. She burned herself with the curling iron again, and sure enough, several hundred more dollars showed up in the copper kettle. Lena suddenly realized that as long as the user felt pain, money would come out of the copper kettle. So she gave the table a hard kick. She endured the severe pain and went to check, and sure enough, more banknotes appeared in the copper pot. However, she wasn't satisfied with that amount of money at all. When her boyfriend got home, Lena was lying on the bed, all covered in injuries. Jack thought she had been assaulted, but Lena didn't utter a word and led him straight to the living room. She handed the copper kettle to her boyfriend and suddenly slapped Jack. Before Jack could react, Lena promptly opened the copper kettle and poured out a large sum of money from it. But Jack thought it was her prank. Lena spilled the beans about the copper kettle to him, but Jack simply didn't believe it. Unexpectedly, Lena proved again that it was true. It wasn't until the money gushed out once more that Jack had to believe it was all for real. They continued like this for the whole night. They also discovered that the amount of money the copper kettle produced depended on the severity of the pain. Lena declared that if they kept it up, they would become the richest people in the world. But the boyfriend thought that more wealth meant they would suffer more serious injuries. He wanted to toss the copper kettle away, but Lena had no intention of giving up the chance to become filthy rich. Even when sleeping, she had to hold the copper kettle tightly in her embrace. The next day they went to the library, and Lena found a clue about the copper kettle in an ancient book. Turns out, the copper kettle has a special magic power. It can make people wealthy, but in the end, those who use it will be punished. However, Lena didn't give a hoot. She asked Jack not to tell anyone the secret of the copper kettle, but Lena had no clue that they were slowly sinking into the abyss of greed.